Hey everyone, it's Deanna, and I am here with my very first process video for the Crafty Maven Getaway group, and I'm really excited about this for a lot of reasons. I've already been having a ton of fun with just the inspiration that's coming out of the group, and just really had a lot of fun making this layout too. So I am on the day where we're going to use a sketch, and the sketch that we picked is that grid sketch that I think I showed you a minute or so ago. And I like sketches like this because I feel like I have a lot of little tiny layouts that I can make just kind of each of its own. So and I am someone who has a little bit harder of a time to use a lot of embellishments on a page, and so sketches like this really help me with that. And I loved the inspiration, the mood board or inspiration piece that we had for this week too, which I do show here pretty soon. So what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to figure out a way to make lines on the page so that it matches that layout or the sketch. And so I'm working on that. I decided to do something a little different with the lines, and I'm showing you here. I'm going to do drawn lines, and I'm going to use black and to start it out, and then you'll see in a minute or so I end up using gold lines also, or gold pen, to kind of create the black and gold mixture. So I'm just go ahead and I'm erasing the pencil lines now that I've gotten some guideline on where to go with my markers. So for me, what I did with the inspiration piece for this week was I decided at the beginning of the month, when we first saw the inspiration, I decided to go ahead and just make a homemade kit out of anything that inspired me from the inspiration. So there I'm showing that I'm using a gold Uniball pen. And so I did that, and I created an entire kit, and I've actually done several layouts with the kit. And I'm kind of glad that I'm at the end of the month for these, because I ended up making, I don't know how many layouts, but I used a ton of product, and I've actually broke down the kit already. So I was to the point where I had I think only one piece of paper and just a few scraps left out of it. But that was so inspiring for me. So my plan is to do that every month with the inspiration that comes out of this group. And they do such a good job. It's very organized. We know ahead of time what we're working on and stuff. So it's really awesome. So there I'm just showing you how those lines turned out, and there is the inspiration that I had for this week. It's beautiful. I love the colors, and I love the clean, crisp white that was in that inspiration too. It's just perfect for me. So here's the kit that I created, and if you watch any of my other YouTube videos, you may have seen me using it already. This was the beginning of the kit. I picked lots of thickers and lots of washi tape. I have so much washi tape, and for some reason I'm really inspired lately to be using it, so I figured put as much in there as I can, and hopefully I'll get some used up. And then I had a whole bunch of pieces and frames that had come in other kits, and just trying to use some things up. And then flare. I like those flare, and I get lots of it in kits, so that's basically where I get mine from. And then here's the papers. I made sure to add in some of the specialty papers, so like the vellum, or just the clear, I can't think of what it's called right now, but those clear sheets. I had some glitter paper. I wanted to make sure that I tried to get some use out of those papers because I love them, and typically I think I'm gonna do something fabulous with it, and it gets put away and I forget about it. So I had a lot of fun making this kit. I'm glad that I decided to do that. Most of the products in that kit were older products, at least older for me, And then I did purchase a couple of new items, which were some Heidi Swap items that I got from Michael's recently. Alright, so I did a little bit of planning ahead of time, just trying to get an idea of what I was going to do on the page. And you'll see with these, you have to take off the plastic sheet. I was just kind of showing how I did it. I kind of rubbed my finger on the edge and it pulls up, and once it pulls up you can just take it off. So now I'm just trying to figure out some placement, and I'm going to end up filling up every single one of those squares. And this is what I love so much about these types of grid layouts, is that, you know, the space is really small and almost anything you put in it makes it feel full. So even if you just do, you know, like a one flare badge, which I didn't end up doing just one flare badge on any of them, but even if you did that, you feel like you've put something in that little block. So, and then it's, you know, it could be left alone. My biggest challenge was trying to figure out how to attach those acrylic, I think they're, I don't know why I can't think of what they're called, the plastic die cuts, or little squares, like the one with the gold heart and the love with the pink heart. I do end up using, I think, some dot adhesive on some of it, and then I use like a glue dot on some of it too, and you can't see it at this point. I mean, yeah, you might be able to see it a little bit if you look hard enough, but. And then for those frames, I'm just trying to back some of them. I think I leave only one of the frames without backing. And here I'm using that really beautiful gold vellum sheet, which I love that paper. And I end up using almost the entire sheet for all of the layouts that I do with this kit, so pretty proud of myself for that. And then that gold frame on top that has the square badge in it is the only one that I don't end up backing. And that flare says, "I think you're lovely." And the one that's on the black and white heart paper up in the left hand side says, "You make me happy when skies are gray." These are all pictures of me with my nieces, and I love my nieces so much. They mean so much to me, and I was so happy because last December, my niece Hannah, who's in that bottom left corner, she actually lives in Colorado, and she came home for the holidays last December, and we all got together and made had a day of making cookies and candy and stuff. And I don't know, you know how that kind of stuff is, like none of that really matters, but just to be able to hang out with them means the world to me. So I was so happy because I got to take some pictures, and we all did some kind of cute little selfies. My one niece she's over on the right hand side there, we both kind of made a funny face at the camera, and the one that's on the top, kind of in the middle, she's the youngest, and everybody always says we look the same, so I think that's really cute. Everybody says she's my mini me. And then Ashley is the one that's in the middle on the left hand side, and she is my scrapping buddy. She scraps with me, and I'm pretty close with her. She's very close to the same age as my son, and they were best friends growing up and still hang out now. And yeah, so she's a big part of our life. And then Hannah, I don't get to see Hannah very often because she lives in another state, but I'm always so excited to see her when she does come to visit. So those are my nieces. Love them to death. Alright, so I'm just sticking everything down. I think pretty much you saw everything as I was kind of laying it out and deciding where I wanted things to go. As soon as I was really confident with where I wanted things to be, I went ahead and stuck it down. So I'm already loving it. It's almost like the inspiration piece just makes the layout because the colors are so beautiful. If you can find colors that go that match with that inspiration piece from Pinterest, you're on the right path because they're just gorgeous. That love with the heart is the one where I actually put a glue dot that you can kind of see. But again, it's not that noticeable unless you know what you're looking for or, you know, really looking that detailed at it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and back that pink frame with that heart paper. This is actually one of the longest videos I've done too, so I don't know, but I had a lot of fun making the layout and I did a lot of stuff on it, so it's all good, right? All right, so that one square where I kind of put a flare and it has the gold triangles on it, I do get a little lost on what to do with that square, but I find something to do there that looks really good, or at least I think it looks good. Looks better than another flare badge anyway. So this is where I'm at this point, and I did take a couple days to work on this layout, so you kind of saw a change there. Made some different decisions. I found this die cut, which I don't know if I cut that out. I think I cut that out with my silhouette probably months ago. I just found it in a little container where I have a bunch of embellishments I want to use, and then I decided to add that black and white paper again on the layout, and I'm adding a little sticker there that you can't really see very well, but it says memories, and then the flare badge will go right on top of that. And then I did my journaling, and I'm really trying to stay with the sketch as much as I can. You can see where I did the title and then the journaling. And I must have done the title off camera, but I basically just used those pebbles. I think it's pebbles. Oh, I don't know. They're the ones that you have to dig through to find the letters you want. I used those in that aqua color. And then I punched out of one of the pink papers, I punched out some hearts from, that's a Stampin' Up! Punch that I don't believe you can get anymore. I'm pretty sure you can't. But it's got 3 hearts and they're really nice shaped hearts. So, and I'm just trying to cut some smaller hearts right here to add in there. And I think I was really tempted to go through and outline those hearts. I went back and forth with it. In the end, I did end up outlining them, and I don't know. I kind of like the way they look now, but it does look good outlined too. I think the biggest thing is I ended up putting them down first, and then I kind of think that I messed up, and when I did the outline, I did it right on top of the layout, so I had to move one of the hearts over a little bit because I made a mess. I'm just putting those on, and I think I didn't zoom back out right away, but I do it rather quickly here. I hope, because I know I'm working on that one little square over there on the side. There we go. So I decided to use one of those fabric banner with the word cherish. And then I'm using some of those flower stickers from the Heidi Swap sticker sheet. And I'm super glad I did that because otherwise the flower on the bottom felt a little out of place to me. So just by adding those few flowers, it to me, it made it feel like it totally went with the layout. So, and then adding a heart And I think that's it. I end up adding some enamel dots, and you can see where I did the outlining of those hearts. I must have done that off camera. And I'm just adding some dots now. And I didn't add any black Heidi swap mist, so I didn't have to worry about anything drying like I always do when smearing things. Just the dots this time, just the enamel dots. So that is the layout, and I'm really proud of it. I like it a lot. I'm just showing some close-ups here. So I hope you guys are really enjoying the daily videos, and I know everybody's putting a lot of work into it and having a lot of fun. I know I'm really enjoying it all. Super glad to be a part of it. So there it is. There's the layout and the sketch. And here's some still shots. So thanks so much for watching, everyone, and I will catch you next time.